35, 40-yard line. That's what I'm saying. We came out and spotted it 15 points against a really good football team. You're just making it really hard on yourself. Make it really hard on yourself. I mean, it doesn't mean, no, you can't come back, get over the top on that thing, but you're making it hard on yourself.
The defense, I know before the game you said, Page is the known. You didn't want the known to feature. Right. And he did. I think he had his lowest output. I mean, did they come in realizing maybe they'd have to run the ball a lot more, that you guys were geared up to him? Were you surprised by how effective they were in doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like anybody else, just like us, you start running the ball, you're going to keep running the ball, and I thought they did, that's where we're not happy. I think we obviously got let up too many yards on that right there, especially in the second half. And, just got to do a better job with that. That's where it is. I thought, yeah, we kind of took Page a little bit out of it, but at the end of the day, you got to get off the field. Defend 11, get off the field. You just got to get off the field. We didn't get off the field. And in our style of offense, which is a ball control offense, you need possessions, and when we turn it over and we take away possessions from us, power run game's a funny thing. It's one of those deals. All of a sudden, bam, 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 bam. And then you keep doing that before you know it, the defense wears down. And then all of a sudden you got what you want. It's going, right? That's how that is. But if you're not able to keep moving the chains, and he's like 3 yards over here, and then then you're trying to throw it over here, and you don't ever get that going, then that's not who you are. It's not your identity. And it's watch a team like Alabama. That's their identity. Play great defense, and get that run game going. They don't usually have tremendously high-scoring games, but and they're really good on special teams. That's our plan to win. Now, if your plan to win's not going, you got to deviate. And we've had to deviate some. And someone asked me that the other day. I mean, fourth quarter, you're down 3 scores. I mean, you sit there and pound it all you want, but I mean, if your goal is to go win the football game, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You got to do some things to try to go win the football game. That's just the way it is. And that's a byproduct of not following the plan to win to begin with. And it usually doesn't have great outcomes, So. That's why we had to get to that. And you got to give your back a chance to get going in that power run game. You got to do it. And how do you do that? You got to get first downs. But having said that, we possessed it for 34 minutes, which isn't terrible. But we didn't give ourselves turnovers. Mitigated that. Anything else?
Steve, when you get Bernard going, it's really hard to beat your team, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Just because of the way the game's going to play out.
Yes. If we're playing on defense and we get him going, we're a pretty good football team. So, and everyone knows that. So, they're going on defense to try to stop that from happening. So we're getting a lot of 8, 9-man boxes. And it's part of it. You have to be able to make hay on those throws. Like when we throw to Evan and he took off down the field, it's a byproduct of that. But we've got to make those shots. Because that's what they're trying to take this away. You got to be able to get that ball. And then what happens is, I think Keith asked me, is what about Bernard's touches? It's all a fine line in there, right? I mean, if it's way compressed in here, then you're going to have to do enough of that, and that's taking touches away. But you got to do that. And I think that's where we have to do a better job. We have to. But what you walk, the line you walk is every time you don't give them the ball, you're saying to yourself, you got to put the ball in the hand of the best player too, And so. That's my mind. That's how I am, And I start saying to myself, "Oh man, what are we doing here? We got to get the ball back. Let's get the ball back to him." But then you're just advocating more 9-man boxes.
Is that maybe one of the steps they're going to have to take at some time too? Is maybe winning a game with Bernard isn't having a great game, or the defense isn't playing great, but
that's what last week was. And you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to do that, and you got to be able to make those plays in the throw game. And in those 2 games. That didn't happen. Penn State in that last week's game didn't happen, and we got to get that. That's got to happen, And but hey, we can solve all the football woes right now, but it's all good conversation, right? But that's where we are, and we got to have a great week and get going, and I anticipate we will. So appreciate it.